Everybody, welcome back. Hope you're doing great. We are continuing our reading of the Federalist Papers. We are in Alexander Hamilton's essay, number 15, and get ready for the title. It's called The Insufficiency of the Present Confederation to Preserve the Union. We were already dug into it, now we're on the second kind of part, page 67, okay? Have we valuable territories and important posts in the possession of a foreign power, which, by express stipulations, ought long since to have been surrendered? Okay, so valuable territories and important posts are in the possession of a foreign power. Okay, so he's talking about Britain. But if you think about it today, important post office is not as necessary. However, the post office of today I would call social media. So valuable territories would be internet connections. So because data now is the new gold. So we could relate that sentence to today. Just flip the object. These are still retained to the prejudice of our interests, not less than our rights. Are we in a condition to resent or to repel the aggression? That's an interesting question to ask yourself. What condition are you in? What state are you in? Are you able to resent and repel if someone wants to aggress upon you? Good question. As an individual, as a city, as a county, and as a state and country. We have neither troops nor treasury nor government. Are we even in a condition to remonstrate with dignity? The just imputations on our own faith, in respect to the same treaty, ought first to be removed. Are we entitled by nature? Notice how he's asking, are we entitled by nature? That'll automatically, if you hear that in the room in this political setting, you're going to invoke the higher power, right? God. Versus a Darwinian sense. And compact to a free and participation in the navigation of the Mississippi River, for those who are not familiar with that water body. Spain excludes us from it. I forgot about that. So Spain had a point in time a hold on the Mississippi. Spain, man, they got such a fantastic history as well. It's amazing. Is public credit an indispensable resource in time of public danger? Is public credit an indispensable resource in time of public danger? Public credit as a resource that can be used in times of danger. But the credit, what is the credit? That they'll get up and do something? Like stand up and defend? Or meaning handing over taxation? Or having a sound mind? Or maybe a blend of all that or more? I don't know. We seem to have abandoned its cause as desperate and irretrievable. Is commerce of importance to national wealth? Ours is at the lowest point of declension. The lowest point, he says. Is respectability in the eyes of foreign powers a safeguard against foreign encroachments? Hey, that's a good point. To be respected or feared? To be loved or economically needed? How does your nation stand in the eyes of foreign powers? And is that a safeguard or a handicap? For encroachment, so coming in on your territory, invading your markets. Good deep questions for us to ask. The imbecility of our government even forbids them to treat with us. Our ambassadors abroad are the mere pageants of mimics sovereignty. Our ambassadors, that those who travel, are pageants, so it's pomp. It's glitz and glamour, it's not real. Of mimic copycats, of sovereignty, of authority, independence. Ooh, do you see that? That's writing. Is a violent and unnatural decrease in the value of land a symptom of national distress? Okay, so very deep questions here. Very brilliant man. is a violent and unnatural decrease in the value of land, a symptom of national distress. So, decrease in property value, is that a signal of national distress? Signal of mismanagement of infrastructure or manipulation by banks in the real estate market? So, it's not wanted, right? The price of improved land in most parts of the country is much lower than can be accounted for by the quantity of wasteland at market. But however, and can only fully be explained by that want of private and public confidence which are so alarmingly prevalent among all ranks and which have a direct tendency to depreciate property, depreciation of property of every kind. So not just of one niche market. Very brilliant. Is private credit the friend and patron of industry? Oh, that is a very economical question. That is private credit. Wait though, private public opinion credit? Like you as an individual? Or meaning as in banking? Or as in personal loans? Or as in lending money? Or as in investing? Borrowing. Oh, maybe, let's see. That most useful kind which relates to borrowing and lending is reduced within the narrowest limits, and this still more from an opinion of insecurity than from a scarcity of money. Okay. Opinion of insecurity versus scarcity of money. To shorten an enumeration of particulars which can afford neither pleasure nor instruction, it may in general be demanded. Okay, so to shorten enumeration of particulars. What indication is there of national disorder, poverty, and insignificance that could befall a community so peculiarly blessed with natural advantages as were which does not from a part of the dark catalogue of our public misfortunes? Well, we need to break that down for you. Okay, so what's a sign that your nation is sinking into insignificance, disorder, and poverty? Well, he linked back to the housing market, right? But not just of the housing market, but in real estate and land purchases in general. Dark catalog, so there's lots to look at, essentially, in the tragedy market of our public misfortunes. So everything's laid bare on the sufferings of the community. It's open, not hidden. This is the melancholy situation to which we have been brought by those very maxims and counsels which would now deter us from adopting the proposed constitution. Okay, so he's saying that if you do not agree with the proposed constitution, it's because you are going with the very same maxim and counsels that cause that disorder and poverty to enact. So if you do agree with the constitution, you will actually be going towards the better. At least I think that's where he's getting at. What do you think? Here, my countrymen, impelled by every motive that ought to influence and enlighten people. So that's how he says, my countrymen. So he brings you in familiarity, right? Brings you in. Impelled by every motive. So multiple motives. These motives that are going to influence, enlighten people. So people who seek to understand things, who want to talk, who want to kind of make the world a better place and seek to enlighten themselves. So my countrymen, so his enlightened countrymen, okay, this is interesting. Make a firm stand for our safety, our tranquility, our dignity, our reputation. So he's asking his countrymen who are enlightened and who should act on good motives. They need to stand up, do something, but be firm and seek peace and the honor of their nation, and to maintain their reputation as a free and independent people. Very powerful, very well spoken. Let us at last break the fatal charm which has too long seduced us from the paths of felicity and prosperity. Fantastic way to end it. He's such a great writer. So the fatal charm, so there's a spell like a witchcraft there, right? Let's break that dark witchcraft fatal charm but it's like an alluring charm at the same time, and it's seducing us and it's leading us away from happiness and prosperity. Remember, felicity and prosperity. Remember, property rights. Very, very potent. Valuable territories and potent posts. Mississippi River, Spain. Scarcity of money. Wow. Fantastic way to end up paragraph there. Several. Great writer.